Hello and welcome to the next game review. This time we have the final from the Play for Russia charity event. It's between Evgeny Tomashevsky and Alexander Grischuk. In the semi-final, Grischuk won against Vladimir Kramnik and Tomashevsky won against Peter Svidler. Now we have the final. We have knight f3 by Tomashevsky, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e4, d6, d4, short castle, h3 and e5. Tomaszewski decided to close the position by playing d5. We have a4, a typical move to bring the knight via a6 to c5. g4, an aggressive move by Tomaszewski, knight a6, bishop e3 and knight c5. The normal plan. Knight d2, c6, attacking the center, bishop e2 and a4 expanding on the queen side. One day he wants to play a3, queen c2 and queen a5. And now a3 by Tomaszewski to prevent black from playing a3. Bishop d7, king f1, he wants to bring the king to g2 and keep the rook on the h file. cd, cd, and b5, he wants to play b4. King g2, rook a c8 and f3, stabilizing these two pawns. Knight e8 with the idea of playing f5 and opening up the king. Rook hc1, f5 as mentioned, and b4. That forces black to take, en passant, knight b3, knight b3, and queen b3. And knight f6, queen b4. Of course, black doesn't want to take this queen because in the future the king will be weak. And he wants to keep the queen by playing queen d8. Now Tomaszewski decided to grab this pawn. It's a possible move. After rook b8, a4 is forced, and h5, really attacking this g4 square, this pawn. We have e takes f5, not the best move. The best move is queen d6. And after hg, hg, fe, fe, knight g, and this would be very good for white. But his idea was after gf, he wants to play g5, but it doesn't work because knight d5, the only move is bishop c4, the only move is bishop e6. And now he decided to take and take rook d1, and now a very nice move by Alexander Grischuk. He plays f4 and he sets a trap for Tomaszewski. The best move here is bishop f2, giving up this pawn nonetheless, and king h2 and bishop e6, and this would be okay for white, but still black is better in this position. But Tomaszewski decided to take the bishop, and this doesn't work because of queen g5. Now the king has to go to h1, but then after fe, it's basically a winning position. After this, for example, you can play this, but the best move is not h4 but e2 simply. But Tomaszewski decided to play king h2, which is a really bizarre move because it's basically made in 15 after queen g3, which Grischuk found, king h1. Yeah, because now you can take this pawn without any difficulties. That's a big difference between king h1 and king h2. King h2 and check, king h1 and takes another pawn and takes a bishop with check. And it was in this position that Evgeny Tomashevsky resigns the game. Why? Because he's simply 3 pawns down, his king is wide open, it's basically no chance. So this was the first game from the final. The second and the third game was also won by Alexander Grischuk. That means that Alexander Grischuk won the Play for Russia charity event without any difficulties in the final. So that was the game. I hope you enjoyed and see you later.